This is the cut. 18 months. The law says 2 years. A Texas craft distillery just got caught calling an underage bourbon straight, and the TTB made them fix it. Here's what that one word is actually supposed to guarantee you. This is the cut. American whiskey. Daily. I'm John from Chasing the Unicorn podcast. Here's what moved today, July 14th, 2026. Today's big move is a door opening, not a bottle dropping. Peerless Distilling just cleared its last regulatory hurdle for a second tasting room on Louisville's Whiskey Row, right next to its Rickhouse expansion. It opens to the public later this month. Here's why that matters more than it sounds like it should. Peerless has run tight allocation on its small batch bourbon since it relaunched that old pre-prohibition family name back in 2017. If you've ever tried to buy a bottle at the visitor center and hit a purchase limit, you know the frustration. Co-owner Carson Taylor said the new location exists specifically to ease that bottleneck. More counters, more real chances to buy, instead of chasing the brand online at triple the price. And it's not just Peerless. The Louisville Downtown Partnership says Whiskey Row has added 5 new licensed tasting rooms since 2024. That's a city building out its walk-in bourbon economy in real time, one license at a time. For anyone who struck out on Peerless at MSRP, that's the actual headline, not the ribbon cutting, the access. Now, today's label room. This is where I tell you what just got a federal stamp before it ever reaches a shelf. And today there's one filing worth a longer look because it's rarer than it sounds. Wilderness Trail, the craft distillery out in Danville, Kentucky, just filed for a second wheated bottled in bond release, and this one carries a 7-year age statement. That's not a typo. Most craft distilleries don't have 7-year-old barrels of anything yet, let alone enough of them to build a second annual release around. Wilderness Trail's first wheated bottled in bond came out with a 6-year statement. This one adds a full year, which means their wheated stock is actually maturing into a real sustainable lineup, not a one-off experiment they got lucky with. Here's the part that makes it a story instead of just a filing. Bottled in bond has 4 hard rules, no exceptions. 1 distillery, 1 distilling season, 4 years minimum age, and bottled at exactly 100 proof. A distillery can't talk its way into that label. Wilderness Trail is still a young operation by Kentucky standards, and hitting a 7-year bottled in bond means their barrels, and their patience, are catching up to the big houses. That's the kind of filing that tells you a craft distillery is for real, not just marketing its way there. It landed the same week Wilderness Trail promoted its fermentation science director to head distiller, which tracks, a distillery leaning into yeast and grain science, backing it up with barrels old enough to prove it. Watch for pricing and allocation size later this summer, but keep the name in your head now, before it's the thing everyone's asking about. Now, today's first sip. It's a short one, and it's actually useful the next time you're trying to land a bottle. So here's what it is. There are 3 basic ways an allocated bottle gets into your hands. Walk-in means you just show up. The distillery or a store sells it directly at the counter. No application, no lottery ticket. That's exactly what Peerless is expanding with that second tasting room. Pre-order is different. A retailer opens a request window online, then ships or holds bottles for whoever got in. And state lottery is the third lane, used for the truly scarce stuff. Pappy, the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, where a random draw decides who even gets a shot to buy. Here's the move. None of these strategies work for every bottle, and mixing them up wastes your time. Chasing a walk-in strategy for Pappy gets you nowhere. Entering a lottery for something sitting on the shelf at your local store is effort you didn't need to spend. Match the strategy to the bottle, and you stop wasting energy in the wrong lane. If you're using the Perfect Pour app, log which method actually landed you each bottle. Walk-in, pre-order, lottery, and after a few months, you'll start seeing which lane actually works for you. One more thing before I let you go, and this one has an actual clock on it. Ohio's Fall Rare Bourbon Lottery, the one with William LaRue Weller in it, closes pre-registration tomorrow, July 15th. This is free, no purchase required, and it's just registration, not the draw itself. The full entry period doesn't open until September. But if you're not in the system by tomorrow, you're not eligible when that window opens. Weller at barrel-proof intensity, dense caramel and dark fruit, has one of the firmer floors in the wheated allocated tier right now, trading $1,400 to $1,600 on the secondary. You don't need to do anything else today except register. That's it. 5 minutes and you're in the pool. So here's the one thing to take from all this. None of today's news was a bottle drop. It was doors opening. A second tasting room, a distillery's barrels finally catching up to its ambition, a lottery window closing tomorrow. The best moves in this hobby aren't always about chasing something rare. Sometimes they're about noticing which door just got easier to walk through before everyone else does. That's the cut. The full American whiskey industry brief is waiting at patreon.com/chasingtheunicorn podcast. I'm John Schuster. Thanks for joining me. Your unicorn is out there.